environment. Water is used for a variety of purposes, including drinking, food preparation, irrigation, and manufacturing. Although water covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface, less than 1% of that resource is available as fresh water, and this is not evenly distributed throughout the world. More than 1 billion people worldwide, mostly in developing countries, lack safe drinking water. Apart from the scarcity of water, there are many other challenges in providing safe, adequate, and reliable water supply in many parts of the world. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Abdul Latif bin Abdullah, and today I would like to share about one of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is clean water and sanitation. Today, 2.2 billion people lack access to safely managed drinking water services, and 4.2 billion people lack safely managed sanitation services. Unsafe hygiene practices are widespread, compounding the effect on people's health. The impact on child mortality rate is devastating, with more than 297,000 children under 5 who die annually from diarrheal disease due to poor sanitation, poor hygiene, or unsafe drinking water. Around the world, sanitation problems are the cause of many types of disease and death. The World Health Organization reports that problems associated with sanitation result in 4% of all deaths and nearly 6% of all illness worldwide. Sanitation problems are particularly difficult for people with impaired immunity, the elderly, and the very young. Understanding sanitation problems is an important step in eliminating them. The discharge of untreated waste into water system is one of the most common sanitation problems. This creates multiple issues such as polluting drinking water, creating a breeding ground for insects that spread disease, and exposing bathers to infectious disease. Contaminating the water source also has indirect effect on health by exposing foods such as vegetables and fish to the pathogens present in contaminated water. Not only does this contaminate the food supply, but it also reduces the amount of food available. A person without access to improved drinking water, for example from a protected borehole well or municipal pipe supply for instance, is forced to rely on sources such as surface water, unprotected and possibly contaminated wells, or vendors selling waters of unverifiable provenance and quality. For many communities, water sources are usually far from their homes, and it typically falls to women and girls to spend much of their time and energy fetching water, a task which often exposes them to attack from men and even wild animals. Contaminated wells are another sanitation problem. In areas that rely on hand-dug wells, the typically shallow depth of the wells often allows for contamination from the groundwater. Overcrowded living conditions and the improper disposal of waste result in contaminated groundwater. Water scarcity is another sanitation problem. When there is not much water available, it makes it difficult for people to wash their clothes, bodies, and even their hands. This lack of basic hygiene leads to the spread of disease, as well as creating living conditions that make it difficult for the people in the area to maintain their dignity. The World Health Organization reports that 2.4 billion people do not have access to basic level of sanitation and the proper disposal of waste. This creates a problem for people that live in the area, as well as for animals and plants. The build-up of human waste negatively affects the environmental balance in the area and is difficult to resolve. One of the solutions is conservation of water. Conservation means using less water and using it more efficiently. Around the home, conservation can involve both engineered features such as high efficiency clothes washers and low flow showers and toilets, as well as behavior decisions such as growing native vegetation that requires little irrigation in desert climates, turning off the water while you brush your teeth, and fixing leaking faucet. Other solution is rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting involve catching and storing rainwater for reuse before reaching the ground. Another important technique is efficient irrigation, which is extremely important because irrigation accounts for a much larger water demand than public water supply. Water conservation strategies in agriculture, including growing crops in areas where the natural rainfall can support them, more efficient irrigation system such as drip system that minimize losses due to evaporation, no-till farming that reduce evaporative losses by covering the soil, and reusing treated wastewater from sewage treatment plants. Recycled wastewater has also been used to recharge aquifers.
To the people of poor nations, we pledge to work alongside you to make your farms flourish and let clean waters flow.